All right, welcome to Alliant Trading. Going to be going over the SPY analysis from last week, as well as what to be watching into the week ahead. So starting here on Monday, you can see how we initially had this move down here in the morning. We're looking for a possible close of that inverse cup. However, could not remain below this level right here. And you see this move back to the upside right here. Now, again, we cannot build this flag right here within this yellow and blue. You see how this inverse head and shoulder cannot form that right shoulder, and then grabbing the liquidity right here if we wanted to form that cup, and then from there, right, continue breaking out. But you see this tapering here, which does not give us that, and instead there is an inverse cup and handle right there. And then you also see how this inverse cup closes at this level. Now with this inverse cup, we lack that handle and selling continuation right here, building within this white and green. There is no follow through to complete the inverse cup at that previous low right here. Also, I just wanted to give members a heads up that I did put out another video today, and I also plan on doing one more where I'm going to go over TPO volume profile and then just an understanding of liquidity in a more basic view using those two principles. Now, something that I also want to mention, you can see how we have the sellers right here within this range, and then you know that we have support after the buyers step up there again. So you can see how we are within this range for basically the entire week. We did have an initial breakdown, but again, right to that inverse cup level. So you could have seen that and then even played the move back inside the box there with this cup that closes back at the high. And there even is that controlled selling, which gives us that move. And finally, grabbing this liquidity that we talked about here. Now, I just want to go over the last pre-market brief that I gave on Thursday, which I did not even trade. As members know, I was not feeling well. But as you can see, I talked about that same 590 and 585 level right here, which gives us that range, as well as pay attention to this 591 if we want to come grab that liquidity, as well as being within the blue and yellow controlled selling right here. And you can see how there is this tapering. So make sure you're paying attention if there is some sort of move off of this bottom right here, and we are unable to head down with a handle off of that 5-day, which we will cover here in just a minute. Before that though, I want to talk about the daily chart here and what is going on. So we can see that we closed this inverse cup right here, and we also have this sort of head and shoulder structure going on, but within this inverse cup, you can see how we formed this handle right here, keeping that 20 and 5-day as resistance right there, giving us once again another head and shoulder and inverse cup that we talked about closing right here. Now we are looking for this handle, which is going to be off of this 5-day, whether this happens, but keep in mind this bottom Bollinger is close right here. So if we do want to head back up, watch for us to regain that 20-day, and you could see how there is this larger inverse head and shoulder playing out, and we could be headed back to this upper Bollinger as we often do, right? Reach the bottom Bollinger, back to the top. I can go back and show example after example. So you just have to pay attention to that and understand what is going on. But if we do break below this level, pay attention, as we will likely close this larger inverse cup, and then from there, once again, another handle, and you can see how this larger head and shoulder structure could be playing out like that. So with that being said, on Friday, we did regain this 5-day moving average. So watch if we do remain holding that right here and do want to continue closing this cup. And then ultimately, right, you can see we have this gap with that 20-day. This could be setting up some sort of move like that. cup closes here, and then once again within that blue and yellow, we build that handle before pushing to all-time highs again. Like I said, we keep this 5-day moving average as a resistance right here. We close this inverse cup and start to head back down and break this low right here. So pay attention if we do see something like this breaking out of the bottom of this blue algo right here. You can see how we are within that. So that covers everything that I wanted to talk about for next week, but I did want to go over Friday's microstructure and algorithms, as I was not here to annotate and give analysis. So if we look here, though, you could have still been trading it right, level to level. You can see how well these do within the intraday scalping, right? You just have to be paying attention, even right here, right? It's the same thing level to level. And then if we combine the algos, let me show you how this looks. So you see that we have this controlled selling algorithm right there that is building this liquidity right here. And you will see this same controlled selling algo right here as well. Once again, right, same thing on the way up right here. This is that same algo building this, and you see that inverse head and shoulder, cup and handle, right? Once again, that same algo that we were talking about. There is that handle and the move up right here with that same algo once again. But you also have to be paying attention to this steeper selling algo that is building liquidity within here as well. Same thing, right? You can see these algos that are working right here, but unable to get that handle to bring us down right here. If you are trying to short this, same thing. You need to be seeing this head and shoulder turn into that inverse cup. Then you get the handle and we can head down, or maybe this is still building liquidity and you see a giant inverse head and shoulder forming, which gives you that move here over on this side just a little bit later. So just all different possibilities, but that is why these algorithms and levels are important. Now you can also see these algorithms that we have within here as well. So again, right, here's this controlled selling algo. You see this algo right here as well. Same thing, right? This same algo, but you have to be seeing that algo breaking down. You see it breaking down right here. You know, there's a little bit of a short. You see that handle right there, but again, right, it is not much, not even something that I would be taking within this sort of consolidation. Maybe, right, you get a little bit down, get stopped out, whatever the case may be, if you did try to get involved. But this is controlled selling. You can see that very clearly. We want to see maybe even this sort of action forming, right? Breaking out of that algo that we're talking about right here as well. And then same thing, it continues moving on. And you need to be seeing that forming inverse cup and handle on the way down. Once again, right, you see how we start getting this tapering algo right there. And there is a short with that inverse cup and handle, right? There's that algo that we are talking about. Finally breaks, gives us this move down. But again, right, need to be seeing us grabbing this shoulder of liquidity, which we cannot do, and is once again that same controlled selling algo. And I just want to show you one more algo here as well. You can see we have this early buying algo right here that is starting to form. Once again, right, this same buying algo right there. Again, right, this is that steeper buying algo. We also have this algo that I talked about here as well. But you can see, right, how this is trying to work, and it moves up, right? So just be paying attention to these, and you can see, right, this is starting to get weaker within that, even with that buying algo. So you can see, right, how that starts to form. But that is all I have for the video. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see members in the morning.